What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Hump Day Wednesday, May 17, 2023. I'm your host, Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing it to you every single day. Don't forget about the Buckeye Rush Hour, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:30 p.m. at your cervix. Ooh, hey-oh. No. 4:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to talk about one topic. I'll let you guys steer the show. Get in the comments. Hit me with your questions and comments, and I'll read those on the air, and we'll talk about. I think tomorrow we're going to talk about. That's today. Holy shit! I better get ready. We're going to talk about conference expansion because it looks like the AC is about to explode. So we'll get into that. But today we're talking about Larry Johnson's future. Who's his successor? How long will Larry remain on the staff is a better question because he'll be 70 years old this year, which makes him eligible for state benefits. 70 is pretty freaking old for a college position coach. We know Nick Saban's right in that same ballpark. And he's, I don't know, that guy's so angry though. He's a little ball of hate. But anyways, Larry's not in the same realm as Nick Saban as far as the anger and the intensity and stuff. But anyway, we've got the negative recruiting against Ohio State. It's been going on for seemingly forever since Larry got there. At least over the last 3 to 5 years, it's ramped up. Everybody's always speculating, oh, Larry's going to resign. He's going to retire this year. He's going to retire this year. No, he's going to retire this year. Still hasn't. He's a little touchy to it. Every spring when they talk to him, he has a little pushback on the retirement talk. So he was planning to retire after last season. After the 2022 season, the plan was, and that's going into the offseason, he was supposed to retire. It's been reported by multiple Ohio State beat writers. It was no secret, at least by this point, 5 months later, definitely is not a secret, but he was planning to retire after last season, but he decided to go for one more year to help with the transition. They really didn't have anybody to transition to over this offseason. So, we're going to get into 3 options. One guy that's on the staff and 2 guys that are elsewhere. So I think, look, you guys might disagree with me, and that's fine. Hit me in the comments. I'll be happy to continue the argument in there. But after a long and storied career, cranked out so many NFL first rounders, quality dudes, Larry Johnson, I think after this year, it's time to move on. The negative recruiting is going to start catching up with us. I don't know how he could possibly be out there recruiting 2026 guys right now, but he is. He's offering guys in 25 and 26, and it's like I don't see how there's any way he could see somebody in a 26 class graduate at Ohio State. Think about it. So kid will be on campus in 3 years, then going to be on campus for 4 more. So you're telling me Larry's going to be here till he's 77? Sorry. I love Larry Johnson, like I said, and I'm not shitting on the guy. I'm just trying to be real and do what's best for the program. That's my main objective here. It's not about tearing down coaches, and especially a legend like Larry Johnson, but we gotta think bigger picture here. We can't just think about one season at a time, So like I said, he'll be 70 years old this year. You can't do it forever, man. So let's get into 3 options. I got 3 options here, 3 guys that I think are the top choices if and when the Buckeyes decide to go looking for a new D-line coach. My first option, this is kind of in order. So my first option is current Ole Miss D-line coach Randall Joyner. I believe he was set to take over this past offseason, but Larry decided to stay on. So Randall Joyner, rumored to take over for LJ, but he is a big name, a rising star in the position coach world, strong recruiter, and he was a GA under Coach Johnson. So, and that's what we're going to talk about in all three of these options. All these guys worked under Coach Johnson at some point. So, and that's key. I think that they have a good grasp of what Ohio State means, what it's like to be there, what the program is about. And most of these guys are pretty young. So it would be a big shift in age, no doubt. But Randall Joyner was an assistant at Hawaii GA for 2015, then came to Ohio State 2016 through 2018 as a GA under Larry Johnson. Then went to SMU, was hired as a full-time position coach on the D-line 2018 to 2021, so 3 years there. Since 21, he's been the D-line coach at Ole Miss. So you see the progression here, steps up every couple of years. So currently Ole Miss defensive line coach, and but going back to his SMU days, they were ranked number 1 in FBS for sacks per game and top 3 in the country in TFLs. That's pretty awesome. So that would have been his second year, SMU, in 2019. In 2020, they were 15th in the country in TFLs. So maybe tapered off a little bit there, but still that's something at SMU, 2021, his first season at Ole Miss, they were 22nd in sacks. 2022, 22nd in sacks. So consistency there at Ole Miss. And his recruiting area of focus is mostly Texas. So, I think he is our number 1 target. He does recruit Mississippi a little bit. So, and looking at salaries, Larry Johnson makes $1.13 million, and probably might get a bump. I don't know. Randall Joyner makes like $450,000, so might save some dollars there. So if that matters. Option 2, current D-line GA Alan Clark. He was hired by the Buckeyes on February 1st this year, just a few months ago. He is an NFL pass rush specialist. He's a former 2-time All-American. Past few years, he served as he was CEO of his own company, LC Performance. He worked with over 50 players on NFL rosters, real NFL players, not just practice squad guys. Those guys include John Franklin Myers, Jeffrey Simmons, Malik Collins, Rashawn Gary, Bud Dupree, Tanzel Smart, Malcolm Roach, a bunch of others. He was hired at Southern University as a DNs coach in January of 2022, so was there for a year. That was his first season as a full-time coach. He started his career in 2019 at Prairie View A&M as a GA. He's a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So, again, another guy that's familiar with the South, the Gulf Coast, and getting those big guys. I feel that he's going to help in recruiting big time if we can pull some guys out of that Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Mississippi area. Same with Randall Joyner, in my opinion. But so I like Alan Clark. The experience is unmatched. He's a little younger, though. I think he would be like 28, 29, something like that. He graduated from high school 10 years ago. So a little younger. So let's go to our third option here. Current Boston College D-line coach, Vince Ogabasi. He was hired in January of 2020 by Jeff Hafley. He's 36 years old, so a little bit older than the other guys. He's from Houston, Texas, played football at Duke University and started 4 years from 06 to 09. Finished top 10 in school history in sacks and tackles. That's impressive. He had a year where he was on a couple of NFL practice squads after college. Then he started his coaching career as a GA at Duke, 2 years with the San Francisco 49ers when Chip Kelly was there. Then Chip left, went to UCLA, and Vince followed him. And he helped cut the UCLA opponent rushing average by a half yard per carry. That's pretty big from the previous season. So in 1 year, they were able to chop a half yard off of the yards per carry average against opponents. Then they increased the QB sacks from 11 to 26 over 1 year. So a little bit of both running. The running defense improved, pass rush improved. Then he went to Ohio State and worked under Coach Johnson, and that would have been like 2016, 17 area, something like that. He coached Joey Bosa at Ohio State. So at BC in 2021, they were 116th in TFLs. Pretty shitty. In 2022, they were 26th in TFLs. That's a huge leap. So his recruiting area of the country, though, is really not determined because he recruits like everywhere. East Coast, Texas. He's pulled guys from all over the country. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It seems like you need to have one area that you know best where you can get to know all the high school coaches, build those relationships. That's hard to do nationwide, So we'll see how he develops. I do like him. Obviously, all these guys that have served under Larry Johnson, they know all about Ohio State. And so we'll see. I think this has to be Larry's last year. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me in the comments, and we'll talk about it. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.